And we are live. Welcome back to another episode of Where Heartbreak Feels Good, a definitely podcast about stories that may or may not feel perfect and powerful. I'm your host, Edgar Ortega, and joining me today for yet another monthly episode is my co host, Steve Woodbury.
Hello, everyone. We're back at a new time. First ever during
It
the
feels weird.
day.
Feels
It feels
weird.
weird, yeah, but it's worked
Yeah.
out this way. But yeah, not a big month for movies, but a huge month for TV. So it's gonna be interesting to talk about.
Yeah. I don't know how many much I'm gonna have to be like talking because I haven't really watched a lot of movies this month. It's mostly TV shows, but
Mhm.
even then, it's like a limited amount of TV shows. But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, we should probably get going with what do you want to talk about first?
We're still waiting on Evan, our other co-host.
Yeah,
So let's start with the rehearsal since I know he hasn't seen that yet, and we
yeah,
both have. And oh man, what a piece of art!
yeah. You're the one who actually like started watching it from like week to week, right?
Yeah.
Like I started watching it
Well, I think the last
like
episode I talked about it for a bit, and you guys were like, "I don't want to watch it," and now look,
no no
here
no
we are.
no the I remember because you were talking about it and I started watching the show. I think it was the penultimate episode. That's when I started watching it.
Yeah,
But yeah, like I basically like binged it. I didn't have to wait like the week to week wait. So yeah, it was very. I binged the I think first five episodes, and then I waited until the last one, the sixth one. But yeah, it's a very interesting show. It doesn't go the route that you think it's gonna go. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that for now.
gotcha. Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. The rehearsal is really interesting. It's something I've never like unlike anything we've ever seen before, and it's both like a really fascinating study of like the industry and the like exploitation and all of that goes in with in it, and also like really insanely fucked up and goes really too far, but you don't know like where the line is that Nathan Fielder will cross. But like Nathan Fielder deserves Emmys and should be put in jail. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, you don't even know he should draw the line because you don't even know if there is a line to begin
Exactly.
with.
Yeah.
um, yeah, like for me, like watching the first episode, it was very like it made me cringe in my seat, and well, most better say in my bed, but like it's almost like I didn't want to watch it, but I wanted to watch it, and from the first episode, like what I took away from the first episode is like, oh, okay, like every episode from here on out is gonna focus on a different person, different scenario, different experiment, and the
Nope.
show like tricks you into thinking that that's what's gonna be it.
Exactly.
But then like it becomes the show turns into a completely
Progresses
different
and
animal.
evolves and like
Yeah,
yeah,
and I feel like that's part of like how real it is because it even though it some parts might be scripted, it feels like it's all over the place because the show actually went off the rails like as they were
yeah,
shooting it.
exactly. And like there's this it's weird because it's so powerful and impactful yet still like insanely dark and funny. There's some good lines and stuff like the the gunpowder line
Gunpowder, which one I forgot.
in the first episode when like he's taking the guy around and uh like hiddenly and planting the answers for the trivia, and they walk
Oh,
past the
okay.
crime scene is like it's days like these where I curse the Chinese for inventing gunpowder.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, stuff like that. Also, like, it's also funny because it's just people being people, and we as people, we're fucking weird.
Exactly.
Like the whole situation with, in the first episode with like Core and his friend Trisha, and like the way that they just behave is like it's funny, but it's not supposed to be funny, but it just is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But
like Angela is a
Angela,
character and
yeah,
somehow real.
yeah.
And
Honestly,
the
like I don't think a lot of these people are like genuinely bad, but like they're just like very, how can I put it? Like different like corners of the spectrum, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's
And
just them being them.
never forget the guy who crashed his Scion TC at 100 miles per hour. That's so funny. That guy
Yeah.
is insane.
All of them are insane in their own unique way. Even the one person you think, okay, this person is probably like the most genuine person in the show, like she's actually like a good person, and then you learn like her like supporting stuff that
Yeah.
that makes you like with Miriam,
It's
which is like a
insane.
Jewish tutor, and it's
The
just like,
way
oh
the episode ends too, just like on
yeah,
that conversation is genius.
yeah,
And
and it
honestly,
just
like the stuff of Remy is like heartbreaking, and like I still don't know exactly how I feel about it because it's fucked up, but isn't that the point? Like we don't know if it's real or not, and yeah, it's insane.
yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of people like saying, our friends included, like, I don't know if I can watch the show again because of this or that, because I can't really support something that might be actually real and fucked up. But if the mom who is the mom of this kid says like he'll be fine, like
Yeah.
maybe you should be fine with it too. But that's the great thing about the show, is like, if ask these questions and you don't really have an answer, it's just like mostly like an opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really interesting. And season 2, I have no idea where they're going. Like that's to be really interesting. And what do we have?
There we go. I was
Hey.
like, let me in.
We were just talking about the rehearsal since you haven't seen that yet.
I have not seen the rehearsal. It doesn't seem like the kind of show that's built for your boy. But I
Yeah.
don't know. You guys keep talking about
You love
how much
Big
love
Brother
it.
though.
All right, that's a good point. Big Brother's great, but the rehearsal, yeah, I've kind of steered away from like knowing what's it truly about. But
That's the best way to watch it.
I
Yeah,
know.
no nothing. No
That's
nothing.
what people keep telling me. Yeah, but yeah, it's on it's on my watch list. But that kind
It's
of
a quick
television,
watch too, because it's like 6 episodes, half an hour each.
Oh, it's 6 episodes, half an hour. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's helping. That's helping. Because
It's
like
mindful.
I'm more of like I need a story kind of person. Unless it's
Yeah.
like
There is a story. There's definitely
Yeah.
a story.
okay. You're selling me on it.
Yeah. I
yeah.
was writing about the show because I have to. And like, I think the biggest takeaway of the show is how it addresses like human insecurities, because that's what the show is like trying to like discuss. Like, the idea of a rehearsal is because people are so insecure about their own like decisions that they feel like they have to like prepare for them and make sure that they go their way before fucking up. And I think that's very interesting.
Okay, so I think I don't really want to talk more about it because I don't. If Evan's gonna watch it, I don't want to spoil much.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Josh, in the group chat, you were saying this is like one of your favorite shows of the year.
It's insane. It's just such an experience. Like it's a show that it took me by surprise because I did not know what to expect going into it, and it is such a unique piece of art.
Yeah, it's my number 6 of the year so far.
Number 6. That's high.
How do you even make a list with this year in TV? Like everything is a banner.
I agree.
Yeah.
There's so many great. You said Legend of Vox Machina. Was that 2022?
That was this year, yeah.
Vox Machina? Like what, half the episodes or like what?
February. No, it started in like February.
Wow.
March. I know, it's crazy.
That's
like
insane.
Boba Fett was this year. That's insane.
Yeah, I know that for sure. Yeah, that's not in my top 10. Wow. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I always have to make separate lists for my TV top 10s because I watch like so much anime. I put like anime and then like Western television. But yeah, I think not the rehearsal for me, but I have a lot of great shows in my top 10. So
yeah.
Should we segue into Only Murders, since that's something we've full watched?
Ooh, yeah.
Something in my top 10 of the year. Yeah.
My number 7.
I once you guys started making your list, I tried making my tentative
No,
list.
I will just wait till the end of the year.
It's too hard
I
right
s-
now. Yeah.
I started like I want to say like during July ish, sort of.
Mhm.
I mean, just
See, I have
because
a
not
list of
from
I have a list of every TV show I've watched this year, but not in order, just to keep it compiled so I remember everything.
Yeah.
I have the same exact thing, Josh, and it's like 2 pages
Yeah.
deep right now.
Because there's no letterbox for TV, so I can't remember everything.
Not at all. Not at
Yeah.
all. But yeah, I have a whole like 2 or 3 pages of like 50, 60 TV shows. It's a lot. But Only Murder season 2, phenomenal season. I think just as great as the first. Like it's such a comfortable, enticing show with 3
Mhm.
fantastic leads that always hit their mark. They are fantastic. Some of the best chemistry on TV, period.
Oh yeah.
Between Selena Gomez, Martin Short, and Steve Martin. I love the addition of new characters. His daughter, Steve's daughter, in the show. Lola.
That grouping was so good for that episode.
I forget her name. I think it was like Lola.
Lucy?
Right? Lucy. There we go. Yeah, start with the L. I have a student named Lola. I'm like, oh gosh. But yeah, Lucy. What else do we meet this season? The new landlord was great. Just
Cara
getting to
Delevingne.
know. Yeah, Cara Delevingne was great. Getting to know the new, or just the tenants of the building from season 1, even more in season 2, was even great. And the mystery, I don't think the mystery was as interesting, but the ending was very good.
See, I think it's not as interesting, but I think it was executed a lot better this season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you didn't like the hoodie guy, did you? Were you the guy who didn't?
Oh god,
Yeah.
that actor is. I'm sorry, but you're not a good actor.
Oh
whoever you are.
no.
Yeah, I
The
would
whole
have to
subplot
agree
with,
with
I
I would have to agree with the mystery. Like, it's not as good, but like the character dynamics are better this season.
exactly. Yeah.
For sure. Like the comedy, I was laughing so much this season. This season was hilarious. And Selena Gomez, the Mabel's arc was just, I think, even better this season. She had a great arc.
I didn't. I mean, I liked her arc last season, but the whole subplots with her friend and all of that, I didn't love. Yeah, it just took me out of it.
He's the guy like from Tatooine and Mando. He's that guy for you. What's his
Yeah.
name? Callahan, whatever fucking name.
Toro Calican. Yeah.
Tara Calican. But yeah, I agree. I like Mabel and Cara Delevingne's relationship this season. It was very interesting. Really back and forth. Really liked that. But and then no spoilers for who it is, but just the mystery, the reveals, killer stuff there. No pun intended.
And the actual ending is insane.
Yeah.
So good.
This show is just so good because it juggles between getting like this could be very goofy, but then it works. Because like
Exactly.
there's a scene in the end where they're like moving in slow motion. I'm like, what am I watching? But it's so funny and it's so like it fits the tone of the show. There's a very big tonal balance this show has to achieve between being goofy,
and
funny.
it hits the mark each episode.
Exactly, it hits the mark. And it's very serious at times too, because like just with Martin Short and his son, like that stuff was really emotional, heartwarming. Like you always be my dad, that kind of thing. Like I really liked a lot of the storylines this season. They really hit home. So great season all around.
Also, like I feel like another aspect that I don't really see a lot of people talking about with this show is like how much the score helps like build like momentum. Like that, it's such a simple score, but it's so
The
effective.
score was really good this season too.
Do we know who is composer for this series?
Let me look at them.
Really good composer, because that's something I recognize, of course, from season 1, but season 2 even more so. It's like the score and the direction is getting very top notch.
Siddhartha Kosala.
Oh wow,
It's if we're to pronounce, but
I think you nailed it.
the original song too had Steve Martin perform too. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Angel and Foot Pops.
So good. And then again for the finale for season 2, we get even more exciting things ahead for season 3, which seems to be like a time skip, or
I know,
a time skip. But now for season 3, we get to learn what happened within that time skip.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be like a year of flashbacks.
And that actor too. the cameo turning into a full role. Oh man, it's be so good.
I agree. Great stuff. Great stuff. Like I can't wait for more cameos. It reminds me of like all the great comedies, like Modern Family. Abbott Elementary is doing it, where it's just like, hey, it's so popular. Bring in all the great actors. Come on to our show.
Blend of like murder mystery and sitcom. Like
Yeah,
it's doing everything it was to both do so well.
I agree. Great stuff. So yeah, that's definitely in my top 10. I'd probably say, just off the top of my head, probably around where Edgar has it. Top 7, 6, 7.
It's in the middle for me.
In the middle. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Great stuff.
What's
Great
better,
show.
season 1 or season 2?
Why are you doing this to me? What are you showing? Probably the same, maybe 0.5% lower or 0.5 higher. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah.
It's very close. I think on a character level, I like this season more.
Doesn't have the episode where it's like no dialogue. That's such a great episode from the first season. Doesn't have like that high.
That's a good point.
I think it's way more consistent.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. Like every week, I was like, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?"
Right, the twist through it insane too.
Yeah. Good stuff. All
right, what next?
Yeah. What's next, Bob?
A little movie break. Talk about some movies real quick.
Do you want to talk about Bullet Train?
Oh,
did everybody catch the Bullet Train?
I did.
Did you guys even watch it?
I watched Bullet Train, and guess what, motherfuckers? I had a fun time.
Of course you did.
Josh, I don't like trashy movies, but I like movies I can just sit back, Brad Pitt talking a mile a minute, probably the most unluckiest character named Lucky in the entire world. And it's such a fun movie. Am I ever going to watch it again? Probably not. But I mean, if it's on TV, I'll probably think, oh, this seems funny. But
see, I was bored.
I was never bored. That's the thing. Like I was watching it, I'm like, Brian Tyree Henry and Aaron Taylor Johnson back and
forth.
They're
fun, but
it's
like
great.
The action, I don't know. This wasn't as staging to me.
Yeah. I feel like the pacing of the movie is pretty like off too.
Oh, no.
Like I feel like it takes too long to get to like the eventual like climax and the whole twist and turns. The twists are fun, like with like the a certain character wearing like a suit to like infiltrate the train. That kind of stuff is funny. But yeah, like for me, it's like maybe like a 6 out of 10. Like it's good. I don't know if I would watch it again unless I'm like not doing anything. It's like playing on the TV or something like that. But, yeah.
And when's Edgar not doing anything? Yeah, I mean, I guess I had more fun with you guys. Jesus Christ. I mean, granted, I'd give it like a 75.
It's like a very, very low 3 stars for me.
Jeez.
I didn't give it any stars.
It's 3.5, I think I gave it. Again, I think the cast is very funny. I think every cast member I liked, I enjoyed. Particular standouts being Aaron Taylor Johnson, Brian Tyree Henry, Brad Pitt. I liked the guy from Snake Eyes. What's his name? Andrew Koji. I think that's his name. The guy from
that's him.
Yeah.
Like the lead?
Not the lead of Snake Eyes, but he was a brother. He was White something.
Shadow.
Storm Shadow.
I never saw
something like that. I don't remember.
Snake Eyes is fine. It's fine. But yeah, it's not great.
Once I heard that Samara Weaving was like barely had a role, I was like, no, I'm not watching this.
I only come for Samara Weaving. We'll talk about her in our Scream 6 review. But
Ready or not commentary.
Ready or not commentary. We got to do that. That's fun. But yeah, I think for me the pacing I liked. I was going in. I was like, or in the beginning of the movie, it did a lot of like going back and forth with time, and that got a little annoying. But once I got into what the movie was doing, I had fun with it. And yeah, I mean, yeah, the action's not like great. There's not a lot of great action set pieces that I would have expected. But otherwise, I think it's a solid film, a solid summer movie.
I think I said it on my Letterboxd review. I think the best compliment I can give this movie is that everybody in the cast seems to be having like a blast.
100%. Yeah. I feel like that's the case for a lot of David Leitch's movies. And I think I would have this high up in terms of David Lee. Like, what has he done recently? He did Bullet Train. He did Hobbs and Shaw.
Atomic
Hobbs and
Blonde.
Shaw is his best film, I think.
You think Hobbs and Shaw is his best film?
Yeah, not including John Wick, obviously.
I don't count that. Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen Atomic Blonde yet, so
I think I would have Atomic Blonde. That movie is so boring. Oh my gosh, it's so boring.
It does have like his best like action though.
100%. No contest. This is his best action, but
at least Bullet Train is better than Deadpool 2, though.
I haven't seen Deadpool 2 since 2018, since it came out.
Me either, but I did not have a good experience with it.
I think Deadpool in general for me is just a character I'm like, the more time away from it, aged terribly for me. I like reading him in the comics. The creator of the writer of Dr. Aphra is doing a Deadpool comic later this year. I'll read that, but in the movies,
I'm interested in
I don't know
what Sean Levy could bring to it, though.
Oh, you're right. He is next director.
Yeah,
I think that'd be fun.
That.
Because I really like Deadpool 1. But yeah, Deadpool 2, I don't really remember the plot at all. Cable's in it, right? Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I think I would have Atomic Blonde, Bullet Train, Deadpool 2, Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw is not great. It's fun.
I like Hobbs and Shaw. It's fun.
But not great. I mean, this movie...
Kirby, come on.
Yeah, that's a good point. Damn. Yeah, she is in that movie. Fuck. She's great. What's next, Bob? We saw Bullet Train. Oh, let's talk about Bodies.
Hey,
yeah. We've all seen. Have we all seen it?
Great. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Great. My friend, who God bless him, he had a wedding this weekend. Congratulations. He hated Bodies. And I was like, "You're crazy. This movie is probably one of my favorite movies of the entire year."
I think it's in my top 10.
It is in my top 10, probably 10 or 9. But look at Josh. Let me go through my 100 movies I watched.
Edgar's ahead of me by like 10.
Of course, Edgar is. Bitch has seen everything.
And I would have
been 30 for
even
me
more
right now.
Is that
what?
What's that 30? 30?
30?
Yeah.
No, in movies in general, movies total.
No, Bodies. Oh, 82.
Yeah, 82. I was like 30.
Bodies is at 30 for me.
Jeez, you've seen a lot of great movies then. 29 through 1 better
Allegedly.
be good. You saw that festival shit. Overall, Bodies is fantastic. The cast is incredible. Amandla, and I don't know the actress's name, but she was, oh gosh.
Bakalova?
No, the other black actress in there.
I know who you're talking about.
I thought it was Taylor Russell before I saw, but it's not.
Dude,
right?
same.
Yeah.
Is it the character with the gun at the end, or which one?
100%.
Okay.
Myhela Harold.
Yeah.
She stole the movie from everybody. I mean, besides Amanda, she's great. She's unknown, but I want her to be in everything because loved every single scene she was in. She was very
she was great.
Captivating, very moving. Even in the beginning, I'm like, is she the killer? Because I think she's very suspect. But I thought that about everybody at the beginning. Yeah. And of course, no spoilers.
But the way they twist it on you in the end is it's so
it's beautiful.
Good. The ending is perfect.
It's such an A24 ending.
It's such like the perfect ending for a Gen X, like with this movie, or not Gen X, Gen Z movie.
Know your letters, Josh. I agree. I think you're right. What?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. Gen Z makes sense. And for me, I think the cast is great. And it was actually pretty thrilling too. I was always like trying to guess who is it, who is not. I was always engaged. And the character drama was so cool, so interesting to watch. Seeing all these relationships either go down, go up, feel betrayed, they don't know what's going on, mixed with that like satirical dialogue. It was a very tricky balance, but I think it very much worked for me.
He's a bad.
The camera work is really good too. The way like it's really like unstable and very disorienting.
Yeah, I didn't realize that I was watching the movie, but there's certain scenes looking back at it now where it's like going from person to person. It's like pitch black with just a couple of lights. Yeah, I agree. Good
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the like I don't really get scared like this like at this kind because like jump scares like they're obvious, they're whatever, like you jump, it's over after like 2 seconds, whatever. But like the way like this movie builds like that tension with like the use of darkness and the lack of lighting is it's
Mhm.
like very like almost very like suffocating or even like um what's the word that I'm looking for, like it makes you like feel the sense of paranoia that these characters are feeling in the movie, and it's done really really well.
Great point there, Edgar. Yeah, there's a lot of great paranoia. You don't really know who to trust, even your main character. And that's the beauty of this movie. All these characters are not great people in a
Exactly. That's
sense.
the point.
Yeah, they all have tons of
For
flaws, and I
people
love that.
complaining that like, oh, I hated every character in this movie. That's the fucking point.
Yeah, you were supposed
It's
to.
us.
These aren't great
They're
people. You
not.
don't really
The
know
people
who
in
to
our
believe.
generation aren't great.
Us included. We're not great people. Go
Yeah.
watch our podcast. Subscribe. Um,
Ring
but
the
yeah,
bell.
ring the bell. Exactly. But I agree. I agree. This movie, I don't know. I'm watching it with a fun theater too. There were some annoying kids, but overall, the theater was like, "What are you doing? What's going on?" That kind of thing. And I really like when the
Yeah,
audience is engaged. And I can't. I think this is going to be fun to watch with friends who haven't seen it, and even just rewatching it. I think it's going to be really cool. So it has that going for it too.
yeah, I think this is like I think the I don't want to spoil it, but like I just love like that the thing that creates all the chaos in the movie
It's
comes
perfect.
down to like
It's so surprising.
it comes down to like just people being stupid for views.
Yeah,
Mm.
people are stupid. People are
Yeah,
stupid. People do very reactionary things. Um, and yeah, I love it. It felt very in character. There's nothing that was like, why the hell are they
Exactly. Yeah.
doing this? Like it felt so
yeah,
uh tapped on or anything. But no, it felt very in character with their flawed characters.
yeah. And
Um,
also, it's one of the best like because a lot of horror movies you're just like, why don't you just fucking leave? Like, just leave. Like, there's the door, open it, get out of there. But like having the storm as a almost like another like entity or the character in and of itself is like
yeah,
really cool.
the story was very tight. And Pete Davidson, people give him shit all the time. Sometimes deservedly
He's
so.
great.
He was great in this.
Lee
He was
Pace too. Lee
such an
Pace is like,
asshole. Oh yeah, Lee Pace was great. I was like, whoa, what's with this guy? Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah,
all
definitely.
right. I want to
top
talk
10 of the
about
year.
my number 15 of the year.
Oh
Surprising
wow,
15.
let me see.
Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris.
Wait, what?
The fuck is this movie?
Preston told me to watch this movie. It's Wesley Manfield from Phantom Thread. It's like a very
Mrs.
British movie,
Harris
but
goes to
my
Paris.
god, it is. I loved it.
The
It's like
hell?
Paddington meets Phantom Thread.
Well, I've
It
never
is
seen
the
Paddington.
ultimate feel-good movie. It's like
Wait, what's Phantom Thread about it? That's dark.
Costumes or not costumes, like
Oh
clothing.
come on.
Costumes.
you
Costumes, yeah, like clothing and main gist of it.
When somebody's like, it's these two films, I think thematically. I don't think costumes. Hell, Pride and Prejudice, man. Shit.
But Phantom Thread is also very British and about clothes, and
That is-
it has
that is
Leslie
it.
Manville. So
Great point, Josh. Fuck it, but yeah.
yeah,
So
this movie is just the absolute best warm hug this year. It's very small, but I don't know. It just made me feel good. I cried a lot, and it's very good.
so I would never see it. I don't need a fucking one.
It's the score is really good. I loved it.
I was gonna watch it, but I don't know why I did.
It looks so boring.
Watch it.
When did it come out? Like what month?
Not
This month
boring.
or last month?
Yeah. I mean, it came out last month, but I watched it this month.
Gotcha.
This looks so. Yeah, it looks British.
It's not. It's not boring. It's like
Are they? I see the Eiffel Tower on these things. Are they in France?
Jason Isaacs is in it. Isabelle Huppert is in it.
Oh, she goes to Paris, but she's British. Got it.
Yes, that's in the fucking title.
I was like, why do I see the Eiffel Tower? Then I'm like, oh, I get it. She goes to. Okay. Anyways, I put 2 and 2 together.
It's a fun, cute movie.
Okay. I'll probably never watch it.
Probably.
Is there death?
No.
Is there decay?
No.
I won't watch it.
Is there death and decay in Good Brother?
No. People's hearts. Yeah. But
Sure.
okay. Fair enough, Josh. Number 15, above bodies for everybody. Keep it count.
Yes.
Yeah. That seems wild to me.
That seems wild to me
It's
too.
watch it, Edgar. I'm sure you would at least appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Edgar likes happy
I'll-
shit.
If it comes to like an HBO Max or something
It's on
like that,
Peacock. It should be on Peacock soon.
I don't have.
I have a love-hate relationship. I keep getting it, canceling it, getting it, canceling it. They gave me
At
this.
least for did I have it?
They gave me this not free thing, but a coupon that says like $20 for the whole year. I was like, I should probably take
Oh,
the
that's
offer.
a steal. Yeah.
Yeah, I should look up that email.
I got a free movie ticket every month with Peacock for like a few months. It was great.
Oh, shit, nice. Wow, never heard of that movie, but I'm happy for you, Josh.
Thank you.
What else?
But
came
you
out
want to
this
talk
month?
about Prey?
Prey. I was gonna mention Prey.
No way, was that this month?
It
Yeah.
was.
August
Fuck
5th.
me. Wow, why didn't we start off with that? Is that in our thumbnail?
I think so.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
Pretty sure.
oh my god.
Oh, I think it
you-
was the last day of August. I think is when it actually dropped. But
I mean, last day of July.
No, it dropped like in
Yeah.
the beginning of August. I think. I don't know. I forgot.
Where's my diary? There we go. August.
My diary.
My letterbox diary,
Letterboxd
motherfuckers.
diary, yeah. It just sounded weird saying it like that.
Where's my letterbox diary? Is that better?
August 5th it came out.
Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning of this shit.
Prey. Phenomenal. I gave it. Let me
Very
look at my
surprised at
Letterboxd
how much
ranking.
I love this movie.
5 fucking stars, bitches.
Wow.
5
Where is
stars.
it in my ranking? Let's see.
It's
It's like-
number. It's in my top 10. That's for sure. Because I gave it 5 stars.
17 for me.
17. Wow. Okay.
It's still high.
Say 17 for me too.
Because you guys have seen everything. I would love to know what's 16 through 1 now. But this movie is fucking great. Amber Midthunder is phenomenal. She's great. She should be in everything. The dog should be in everything. The Predator should be in everything.
Your brother should be in everything.
Knives Out 3, The Predator.
That would be actually pretty cool.
That would be pretty good.
Daniel Craig versus the Predator.
Hell yes. But this movie, it's very moving too. Like it's one of the only Predator movies that captures the essence of the first one, which is this person who has like an uphill battle against the Predator. Arnold, in a sense, was like a big buff male who had to use different things that he was not used to using. He couldn't use his weapons. He had to use his ingenuity. And
He had to use his brains for
he
once.
uses his brains, exactly. Be unpredictable. And that's exactly what this movie is. Her main character, I'm forgetting the main character's name now, but she was very unpredictable. And she had a journey that she had to go on that ran parallel to the Predator. Predator is primed to take on hunters, take on predators, people who are heads of the pack, whether that's a wolf, whether that's other Native Americans, whether that's other animals. He's primed to take out hunters, and for a good portion of the movie, Amber Midthunder isn't. She is the prey. And for her to come to terms with her own character journey within her tribe, within herself, within her familial relationship with her brother, she's trying to like go against the hierarchy of the tribe, go out on her own like heroine's journey. And surpass and defeat the Predator in surprising ways. And the action's fantastic. The cinematography is beautiful. Sound design's great. Gosh, the direction is super great. Dan Trachtenberg.
I really need to see 10 Cloverfield Lane because
yes, you
I've
do.
been wanting to watch
It's
it for a while.
incredible.
Yeah.
It still might be his best movie.
Yeah, people give it shit because of the climax, but even then, I think
climax.
it's pretty okay.
I might have put Prey above Dan or above 10 Cloverfield.
10.
But no,
Wow.
10 Cloverfield has
John
Mary
Goodman is
and
so
John
good in that
Goodman.
movie.
Ah, you're right. Fuck, what are you showing me? John Goodman.
Isn't Mary Elizabeth Weinstein in that too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, from Sky High
need to
fame,
watch it.
Mary.
Skyfire.
Where's my Sky High sequel? But man, yeah, she is great, Amber, and yeah. But yeah, I can't fault this movie. The pacing is really good. It's one of the most thematically like resonant Predator movies. I think much so than the first one. It's just very good, very good. The action is well done. Yeah, I loved this movie a lot, and the design of the Predator very different, very cool. The story in general is just genius. Just to set this movie in the early, what was it, 17, 16, 1500, whatever. Great set piece.
Someone who's only seen the 2018 Predator movie besides this, like
gross.
This was amazing. I really loved it.
Compared to that,
like you said, the action is great. Cinematography is incredible. The score is fantastic. Yeah, it's very good.
I think like why this movie works so well because it puts character work above like spectacle. And also like Dan's direction, it's like so confident, like both in his vision and execution. Just like the way like there's way more quiet moments in this movie than there are like big bombastic action scenes. And most of those like quiet moments are just like Amber as an arrow. Just like exploring and like having to like learn how to like survive on her own and how to like outwit the Predator. Yeah, it's so fucking good. Like the scene in the forest, like within the fog, like it's such a big payoff. Because like before that, you haven't really seen like a big action scene until that, and when it happens, it's just like yes.
That scene with the fog and like I compare it to like the No Man's Land scene in Wonder Woman because there's literally a scene where he's like has a shield and everything. It's really funny. Yeah, it's one of the best sequences in the entire year. Just in
the
general.
action choreography in this movie is insane.
So beautiful. And there's a scene with Amber with her axe with the rope attached to it, and she's just going off. It's so
the way that
good.
progresses too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this movie is for me 5 out of 5. I loved it. I loved it. Great stuff, Dan. Keep doing good work.
All right, I'm gonna do a little tangent on some older movies I watched this month.
Let's go.
I'll be back then. You know what I'm going.
Okay. I watched Charade, starring Audrey Hepburn and Cary Grant.
You're continuing your Hepburn saga.
Different Hepburn, but yeah.
Oh yeah, you did the other one. Yeah.
Surprisingly not related, as you would think.
Are they not?
No, it's crazy.
Huh. What other Hepburns are there?
I don't know. But this movie fucking rules. It's like when Rian Johnson said this movie was like a clear inspiration for Knives Out, you could totally see that. It's like such a good, twisty, well done, funny like murder mystery. It's fantastic. And Hepburn and Cary Grant's chemistry is absolutely electric. Like the banter between them is amazing, and I'd had a really fun time with this movie. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I have not heard of it, but it looks good seeing the the posters and the images here. 1963. This HBO Max. How'd you find this?
You would have loved it. You would love it.
Oh, so Amazon Prime for free.
Yeah, it's on HBO, I think, or one of them. But very Knives Out-ish.
Okay, nice.
I also watched Two for the Road, also by Stanley Donen, also starring Audrey Hepburn. It's I would say it's like the Before trilogy, before the Before trilogy, and all in one movie instead of 3 movies. It's very.
How long is this shit, man?
It's like 2 hours, but it's just really concise and pats and the entire like relationship into one movie, and the editing is fantastic. It's very nonlinear, like the storytelling, nonlinear storytelling, and it does it so well.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you should also watch this. It's great.
Okay, yeah, wow, you're really putting the finger on me because I haven't watched a lot of these.
I know. I've
classics.
been like, I haven't
Like
either, but I
biggest-
just wanted to start catching up on older movies. I also watched
that's
Days
my
and
biggest-
Confused
Oh,
for the
Days
first time.
Confused. Have I seen Days? I don't think I have.
with
Days
Richard
and-
Linklater.
Yeah,
This is
I haven't
a
seen
fun
any.
movie.
Have I seen any rate? What's his name? Linklater?
Richard Linklater? You haven't?
I don't think so.
You need to watch the Before trilogy. Come on.
You keep talking about that. I never heard of it before. Just kidding.
It's so good.
Yeah, because I haven't seen Boyhood or the Before trilogy.
Boyhood's next on my list. Yeah, I'm excited to watch that.
Yeah, I haven't seen Days Confused.
Yeah, Days
I
Confused
haven't
is
seen-
like, it's the ultimate hangout movie, like ultimate stoner movie. It's really fun, and like you're instantly sucked into this like world and these characters, and a really fun Ben Affleck performance. A really good, obviously McConaughey's like one of his biggest roles. That's
Mhm.
where the all right comes from. So yeah,
Is
good
it?
movie?
From that movie? All right. Then maybe I have seen it. I don't know. But good. Yeah, I need to catch up on Linklater for sure. He's one of those filmmakers I just haven't gotten around to.
Yeah, I've been slowly doing it, and everything I've watched from him is fantastic.
Yeah, he has a good eye. Good.
That's
cool.
basically it. I did rewatch of My Neighbor Totoro, and that movie.
My Neighbor Totoro, fantastic. Ghibli,
The ultimate embodiment of like childhood. And
childhood wonder. Yeah, childhood wonder,
Yeah.
childhood dreams. It encapsulates a lot of Ghibli's, Miyazaki's vision for what he wants to accomplish with a lot of the early Ghibli movies.
And like,
yeah,
it's such a fascinating movie because there's no plot. It's just all like vibes and themes and just following these two little girls and like their experiences with growing up with the trauma of their mother.
I
in
was
the
just about to
hospital.
say that. Yeah, you say there's like no, it's just vibes, but it's very personal movie.
Yeah.
They come home to this like cabin in the woods here, big patch of land, not really woods, but yeah, and they're with the father, and they have to learn how to grow up. They really only have each other. They have the father; he's there, but
And
they have
their,
each
like,
other.
imagination.
In their imagination, their wonder, and how can that lead to a sense of escapism, in a sense, literally escapism, as you know, the iconic scene of it running across the fields.
The cat bus.
Yeah, the cat bus. It's
The
fantastic.
scene with the bus stop in the rain is like forever iconic.
I agree. Can you hear me? I lost connection.
I'd hear you, but I can't see her.
Okay, I'm coming back. But yeah, this movie, I watched this for the first time a couple years ago. I'm like mind blown at how still relevant it is and still beautiful. It's definitely a top 10 Ghibli film for sure.
Then I also rewatched Knives Out because I was in the mood.
Never heard of that one. Is that from J.J. Abrams, right?
A little film from a man called Ryan Johnson.
Ryan
It's a little-
Johnson, that guy.
tiny murder mystery.
Oh, okay.
very
yeah.
indie.
Very indie. It's actually been a minute since I've seen Knives Out. I think last time I saw it, maybe last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I need to
It's
rewatch
just
it.
like it's perfect. It is perfect. Like
It
there's
is a
nothing
perfect.
no problems with it. It is one of the best screenplays I've ever seen. Like put to film.
It really is. It's a popcorn movie filled with such depth, heart, character moments, thrills, funny. It has it all, and that's rare.
It does have it all.
It just has it all. And those movies are very special. And Knives Out.
And we're getting that Glass Onion teaser tomorrow.
Tomorrow, as of this recording, Glass Onion teaser Thursday,
And we
September
got
8th.
Babylon images today. I am living.
Hyped. And with certain movies. We just check out, guys, if you haven't yet.
We did it a few days ago.
Our award season preview, because there were some changes happening with Bardo and other movies. We're like, there's now a lot of space for some movies, especially for Netflix. You gotta punch something.
Especially what just happened today with The Sun.
With The Sun,
very mixed reviews.
So it's interesting.
A lot of space in there for Best Picture.
Knives Out on the rise. It, of course, sold out at TIFF across the board.
Yeah.
So
biggest movies at TIFF.
Yeah, we still have Fablemans and Babylon.
I've actually heard that, like, if it's not Glass Onion, Netflix's bid awards movie. Sorry for a little awards tangent, but we're just filling time.
Let's do it. Yeah.
I've heard All Quiet on the Western Front, that German remake, might be a bid awards player.
It looks really good. I love the book. Yeah. I love the 1930s movie. So I can't wait to rewatch or see this take on it. Daniel Bruhl is in it, my guy.
That'd be interesting if that is their bid player alongside Glass Onion.
Yeah, I mean it has to be Glass Onion, right?
Well, now that they don't have that bid international player,
they need that.
Be there. Yeah.
Go from Mexico to Germany for their international play there. RRR still should be in everybody's top 5 for international. RRR is one of the best.
India doesn't submit it. I'm gonna be so pissed.
What else do they have to submit? It's
and
RRR.
They just announced today that they're doing a IMAX screening in Hollywood. They're doing full push for Oscars.
I saw that, which is only good. RRR deserves all the fame and awards it should deserve. It deserves every award possible. But anyways, Glass Onion hype. I'm thrilled. I can't wait to see the trailer. Rian Johnson.
Literally, teases for my 2 most anticipated films came out today, and
that's crazy.
I win.
Babylon's rated R, right? Not NC-17.
Oh, it's almost NC-17, but I think it's R. Yeah,
that's gonna be crazy because it's such a big awards play. It's how raunchy are you
Those
getting?
Images look it'd be so good.
Man,
probably same as Wolf of Wall Street, but probably maybe even further.
Was that raunchy? Wolf of Wall Street?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard it is.
I don't remember it being. I mean, of course, you get Margot.
That's what I've heard this movie be compared to, and in terms of a 3-hour bid.
Maybe because I'm just a big gangster guy, but I think Wolf of Wall Street's pretty tame. In a Scorsese sense, it's very extravagant, of course, with the Margot scene. But okay, I'm excited for the award season. Knives Out was great. I can talk about some of the Netflix stuff I watched too.
Besides, let me finish something real quick. Before, this month was a big month for re-releases and theaters. I saw E.T. in theaters. I didn't catch the IMAX screening, but I saw it in theaters afterwards, and I cried through those last 30 minutes. What a movie!
E.T. again. Yeah, E.T. is one of my earliest movies I've ever seen. It's great. I love it. It's great. It's perfect. Nathan Rojas loves that movie. Again, a classic for sure.
I went to the Road One IMAX screenings. I saw that. Movie's all right, but the Andor footage though, oh man, I can't wait. Andor.
What'd you see from Andor?
They showed that clip that got released with between Andor and Stellan Skarsgård, an extended version of that.
Oh, okay, good. I did not see that scene next. I want to go in.
Very good. Very good. Made with Patel. Oh man.
Oh, the score's good.
Yeah.
Ooh wee! Hell yeah! That's great. How early until we get a Succession theme with Andor?
They've already said they're doing it.
That's good.
It's each episodes have a different variation on the title sequence.
That's theme. So cool. That's Nicholas can do no wrong.
I'm back.
He's back.
Yeah, I just went over a bunch of random movies I saw. So
yeah, he went over some classics and some. We had a little Oscars tangent.
It's my phone. I don't know.
Good stuff.
But now, since you're back, Edgar, we just Orphan.
Orphan. Oh yeah, Orphan. Yes.
I've never seen either Orphan movie.
I haven't seen the second one.
Orphan walked so Malignant to run.
Honestly, dude, I made a double feature. Like I watched Orphan one night, and then the following night I watch what's it called?
First kill.
Malignant.
I did this.
And
Oh,
no,
Malignant.
Malignant. And they flow
Oh,
so
Malignant.
well, weirdly
Yeah.
enough.
Orphan
Wow.
is fantastic. Like,
The first Orphan.
yeah,
I should watch it. Is it streaming anywhere?
on Paramount.
Are they both on Paramount?
Yeah.
Sweet.
And Orphan, like the
Yeah,
main
I'll-
twist in Orphan is like it's batshit crazy. They somehow like get to that same level in First Kill.
Yeah,
I did like double feature. The twist in First
they-
Kill is insane.
Huh. Interesting.
It's. Did you watch it?
I haven't seen it. Not the new one.
First Kill is like pure camp. It is amazing.
Yeah, I've been spoiled by the twist in Orphan. Do you think it's still good with the twist?
Oh, it's still
Yeah,
good.
I was
I've known
spoiled
about
for it too, and it still works so well.
Okay, cool.
If anything, I feel like it kind of like makes it a little bit better because you kind of know where it's going.
Yeah.
And once it happens, you're like kind of like this sense of like rewarding. So yeah.
Mhm. But like First Kill is so impressive what they do to de-age Isabel Furman because it's pure practical effects.
How old is she now?
Yeah, I was
Like,
gonna ask about that. How was she?
she's
how
like
was that?
20s.
Okay.
But how was
And
she in the
it's-
movie?
yeah,
is she older than you,
enjoy
Josh?
the movie or?
First, she's a great actor, but it's like all makeup, optical illusions, and like stunt doubles. It's no visual effects. It is fantastic the way they do it.
She's 25. Huh. Wow.
Yeah. Great movies.
I'm older
Really
than
good.
Orphan.
Yeah.
That's
It's
fine.
Okay, well-
First Kill is a prequel too, and it's they're both really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to check it out
Go
now
watch
that they're both on Paramount Plus.
Like I know, like I heard about First Kill that it's so campy, but even the first one is so campy. Like the third
Yeah,
act is
both of them
so,
are.
so fun.
Like we said, it's the predecessor to Malignant, 100%.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
high
I was watching.
praise.
Yeah, I was watching the movie and I was like, "Where have I seen that dad before?" And then I googled it, and it's the district attorney from the Batman, like the bald guy that explodes.
Oh yeah, Stellan
Yeah.
or Peter Sarsgaard, yeah,
Hmm.
Oh, he's in this?
and
too?
Vera Farmiga is the mother.
Wow, Vera.
Yep.
She's in everything. Shit, or everything horror. So this is one of the favorite horror movies of the year, Josh. First Kill,
I do it 4. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's up there.
or one of your favorite? Yeah.
Yeah,
good.
I was watching like reviews of the old one, like the 2009 one, and like people they didn't fucking deserve that movie when it came out because
Yeah.
mostly like bad reviews, and
It's
it's
bad reviews. I've only heard good things about Orphan. That's crazy.
yeah,
Well,
it's like in the
classic
30s.
where like it
30s.
premiered and they had bad shit, but people looked
Yeah.
it up later. Like Malignant.
Yeah,
But that was, like,
58
way-
Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay,
Interesting.
I think that's all the movies I've seen. So off to you.
Um,
Let me check my list.
I'll go while
I
Edgar's
don't-
checking.
well, obviously Oculus also, but we did whole commentary on that.
Yeah, we
We did
watched
like
it here.
Yeah.
I
was
mean,
okay.
I watch ET. I don't really have much to say about it other than there's great. So there's that. But I know Evan watched this movie. I think you did. 3,000 Years of Longing.
Never watched it in my
I
life.
need to see it.
You didn't? Who
I
did
don't-
then? I thought you had
Nathan?
seen it.
Carson, one of them, maybe.
I think Tarzan did.
I think Carson did. I
They
made fun
tried-
of him for it too.
Yeah, I really like this movie. I wasn't really expecting much. I didn't even see a trailer for it. Not even playing at the movies. So I went in.
Yeah, the
completely
marketing was like
blind.
horrible for this.
Non-existent.
Yeah. And like just to see George Miller like being given like $60 million to create whatever he wants, and like instead of going like big like in Mad Max, it's like so like small scaled but also like big, if that makes sense. Like it has like that epic like sense, but it's not the focus of the movie. Like the movie really is about like our relationship with storytelling and how it like help us like be emotional and be imaginative, and their chemistry between like Tilda and Idris, it's really good. It's really charming.
Yeah,
like
I want to see it.
magical.
Oh, so you're on the positive side. I've heard such mixed things about this movie. I don't know.
I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I
Okay.
gave it like a 4, I think, 4 out of 5.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I mean, I heard like Idris and I forget the other actress. Yeah, I heard they're good in it. Yeah, I heard they're both good in it. I heard the movie is just a hit or miss, but I don't know. It looked very weird to me. I like weird shit, but I don't know. Idris and those
It's
elf ears turned me off. I'm sorry, buddy.
it sounds weird when you like when somebody describes it to you, but it really isn't when you're watching it because it's basically like him telling like Idris telling like short stories of why he's been in the bottle.
Mm.
And it's like stories of like the
I've
past.
seen
of,
some
like,
reviews where it's just like all flashbacks.
yeah, it is mostly flashbacks, but it kind of like the movie plays out as a
Does
like
it
a
work?
bedtime story. I think it works.
Yeah.
It's like a bedtime story kind of movie.
So it puts you to sleep.
But yeah, that's it for me in terms of movies. I didn't really watch anything.
I saw 2 Netflix movies. No,
Here we go.
one
Man from
Netflix.
Toronto.
Great movie. I saw, looking at my diary, Beast with Idris Elba.
Oh,
That's not
I
a
watched
Netflix
that
movie?
too.
What'd you say, Josh?
That's not a Netflix movie.
Oh, it isn't. But I just looked at my diary. I forgot it. I forgot to mention it.
Yeah. Is that good?
Beast is fine. Like I feel like it could have been better if it really dived into how cheesy and ridiculous this movie is. He's fighting a freaking lion.
The trailer never dropped me. It just seems.
I like survival movies. That's why I love like The Gray, Beast. There's a classic lion movie called Ghost in the Darkness from the 90s.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I love it. I love survival movies. And this one doesn't really dive too deep into the camp of it all. It gets a bit too serious for its own good. And the characters do make some dumb, weird moves. Like, why is a daughter getting out of the car to go save somebody she hardly even knows? Okay, whatever. Idris isn't the best dad in the world. The daughters make that pretty clear. It's really annoying. But the cast is good. Idris is really good. The daughter, Leah Jeffries, our upcoming Annabeth for Percy Jackson. She's really good. I can't wait to see her as Annabeth, whether it's next year or 2024. And the older daughter is really good too. I like Charlton Copley. He's solid in this movie. But yeah, I think it tries to be too serious. I don't know. It doesn't have that much heart in it. It tries to get you emotionally invested in what happened previously to this family off screen, in terms of like why they have this distant relationship with each other. But it doesn't really like achieve that much. And then the movie kind of just ends. It's not the best. I gave it 3 stars. It's like a low 3 stars, but it's a solid movie. It's fine. Now, towards streaming, towards Netflix, I saw Day Shift with Jamie Foxx and Dave Franco.
Okay.
And I forget who else is in this now. Megan Good, who is beautiful. God damn. But yeah, she's the best part of this movie. She hardly any lines either. But
So this is not the movie of John Boyega, right?
no.
That's a different Jamie Foxx movie that's coming.
Wait, Jamie Foxx with John Boyega?
I think that's a movie coming, right?
Oh yeah, I remember seeing previews for that. With the one where they're in the elevator wearing weird clothes.
No, during
What
that
movie?
weird Netflix.
What movie is
trailer.
that? I remember hearing about that months ago. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Daquan Tyrone.
Yeah, that's probably coming out October maybe.
Anna Paris too.
But yeah, Day Shift it's solid. It's a vampire hunter movie. He's a vampire hunter by night, but he gets into trouble and he has to get the day shift to hunt vampires, like fight them during the day. And it's pretty funny. It's so much an action comedy, and it does that exactly well. Like it's an action comedy. It's very funny. Action actually pretty solid. Is there from the producer? Chad Stahelski, he's the producer. He's not directing it, but I can see some of his like action set pieces in here, like the essence of it, in certain sequences. There are a lot of bad CGI. The story's pretty all over the place. Action's really the redemption factor here. Jamie Foxx is really good in it. It's really goofy. It's not that great, not that memorable, but it's a fun Saturday night movie to watch with your friends. Um, and I had fun with it. Dave Franco is also like you're either gonna love him or you hate him because he is so bad and goofy in this movie. Like he's
So yeah, I
doing-
usually love that kind of Dave Franco though.
I do too. I love him in Neighbors.
After Party.
After Party,
Yeah.
Neighbors. Yeah, he's great in that kind of shit. This one, like, it toes the line where he gets too comedic for his own good, and too goofy. But overall, it was solid. The other movie I saw on Amazon Prime was The Samaritan with what's his name? Rocky, Sylvester Stallone.
Another like weird D or B action movie. With
Exactly.
Stallone.
It's a B action movie. It's not great. Edgar, you'll love this, or I guess Josh, you like Game of Thrones too. But the person who played what's his name? Euron Greyjoy from season 7 or season
Oh really?
8 and 9 or season
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
of Game of Thrones. He's in this with an American accent, and it's not great, Bob. He tries to play this villain, and it's just not good. Also, so Sylvester Stallone's in this. The movie's pretty. It's based off of a comic book, based off of like this superhero who maybe died or retired, that kind of thing. There's a twist in this movie that my friends and I we watched this during our bachelor party 2 weeks ago, and we all called the twist 2 minutes into the movie. We'd never read like the graphic novel that is based off of or anything. We're like, it's one of those movies that gives you a prequel, like a short prequel sequence before the movie actually starts, like once upon a time or long ago, that kind of thing. And we caught the twist so early on. It's very funny and ridiculous. The story's not great. The characters aren't great. Sly is solid in this movie, not doing much. But yeah, it's pretty fun-ish. And yeah, it's a movie. If you like kind of like graphic movies based off of graphic novels, this might entertain you for a while, but it's pretty forgettable. Not great. I had more fun with Day Shift, that's for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me think. For movies, B, Samaritan, Day Shift, Bullet Train, Prey. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Are we done with movies?
Let's do some TV shows because we got things to say about a popular TV show. Are we ready? Are we getting there yet?
The Sandman?
You guys can talk about Sandman if you want.
You need to watch it.
I'm good, fam.
Why? It's fantasy. It's everything. This show is everything.
I'll get to it.
I feel like you would like it just because like there's certain like parts of the show they feel like very like anime-esque.
Oh, that's how you're gonna pull me in, Edgar. You get
It's
pulled
very
in.
unique. Like this show is genre bending as fuck. Like it goes everywhere, and there's so many like big grandiose moments and like conflicts and characters. Yet there's so many like really well done smaller moments and thematic moments. Yeah, like episode 5 and 6, incredible.
Yeah, they're the best ones of the entire show.
Yeah. And the way
I think
the way the show's structured too, like episode to episode, the way we find out different characters that lead on to be like these huge pieces of the story, like the way Rose is introduced in episode 5 is so fascinating. Right through the FaceTime, and you like the show progresses and she becomes this huge character. Like it's fantastic.
Yeah, I already watched the show like twice, and I caught that like during episode 5, and it's really
You watched the show twice already?
it's really good, dude.
Fantastic.
Jesus, what are you watching, Edgar? Oh my gosh.
No, but yeah, like
Jeez.
I love the Sandman. I like the Sandman graphic novel. Listen,
I want to read it now because I love this series.
Yeah, I listened to the Audible production that they did is fantastic. It's great. You should go ahead and listen to it. It's basically like watching, not watching, but like listening to the show. Sometimes it's that good. But yeah, like just seeing then how like they adapted this, it's incredible. Even something like the quote unquote fight scene between Wendell and Christie and the
Oh,
Sandman, like
that's so well
it's
done.
it's so good. Like
So
the
cool.
editing, it's so great.
The production
And
design is insane. The like effects, the cinematography, everything about this show is perfect.
yeah, and like I think this is one of the better shows that have done it recently, where they introduce like very minor characters that they might only have like a scene or two, but somehow they make you care about them
Exactly.
like in an instant. Like even like
And like episode 5.
yeah, like I already forgot their names. The brothers in episode 2.
But you watched it twice.
Oh
huh?
yeah. That episode,
Uh,
like, it's one of the first like episodes, and it made me cry because you care about what's happening to these characters.
Gar-
Like,
what's the name of the gargoyle?
yeah,
Fuck. That the golden gargoyle.
yeah.
I'm not a
And the,
Sandman
like,
expert, and
the
Oh, I'm
performances
sorry.
are
That's for the other
fantastic.
shows. Yes, yeah.
Tom Sturridge is insane. Like, Jenna Coleman, Gwendolyn Christie. Like, this
Ooh, I do
cast is
love Jenna Coleman.
incredible.
yeah, I think the best performances by far are in episode 5 and 6.
David Thewlis in
Yeah.
episode 5 is insane.
David Thewlis is in this.
Yeah.
From Harry Potter fame.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
From I'm Thinking of Anything's fame.
Never heard of him.
You hate that movie, don't you?
It's not good. It sucks.
It's fantastic.
It sucks. It goes literally nowhere.
That's
sucks.
the point.
Get me out of here. I was watching this. I was like, get me out of here. Anyways, I do love David Thewlis. From Wonder Woman fame.
He is. I forgot he's like he's Aries, right?
He's Aries, yeah.
That
not
third act
great.
is garbage.
I'm not total garbage, but not the best.
The actress that plays Lucienne in the show is so charismatic. Like she's not even trying to be charismatic, but she just is.
And Kirby Howell Baptiste as Death is like, she is wonderful as that character.
How many episodes is this shit?
10 plus a bonus one.
11 episodes. How long? Hour each?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah.
It's worth it though. It's fantastic.
It's on my list for sure. This Friday, of course, Cobra Kai comes out. That's high priority. Cobra Kai season 5.
And it's a shame that there's probably not gonna be a second season because Netflix is dumb.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Wait,
because like
what?
viewership wasn't the best when it launched, and
it's gonna get first killed.
I don't know. I feel like this is one of the shows where they really wanted to be successful that they might give it another season. Because like, are you really gonna tell me that you're gonna cancel the Sandman, but you've made like a couple of seasons of Lock and Key?
Yes,
which I've never seen people talk about ever.
Netflix canceled Glow. They can do anything they want.
My mom loves Lock and Key. Actually, that's my mom's story. I'm sorry. Jesus, yeah, Netflix is not great, but usually for adaptations they give it like their due. Usually, original shows not so much. But oh man, that's tragic.
Also, like something I might see them doing though is like do like a spin-off Joanna Constantine show, because Jenna Coleman is great as that character.
She's so good.
She's what? What's her name?
Joanna Constantine. John Constantine, basically, but like female Constantine.
Oh, they're not the same. Like they're not related or anything.
They're the same character, just a different version.
Yeah, they're the same character.
Oh, interesting.
And she plays like the current one and the one from the past, like her grand.
This episode 6 was so good. Like, I love it. This show's incredible.
The ending of episode 6 with like, would you like, what is the line? Something like, it looks like you look like you need a friend or something like that. It's so great.
Okay, yeah, you guys are selling me on this. Great pitches from the both of you.
It's one of my favorite things this year. I've seen.
Yeah, and even though I don't think the second half is strong, it's still very good.
Oh, I loved
and,
it. I loved Rose and her.
and Boyd
lore.
Holbrook as the Korean theme. He's having so much fun.
He takes everything he's in and just like elevates it.
Yeah. The cereal convention. Mwah.
So good.
Okay, I'll have to watch this show. Is there a lot of sand?
Yeah.
Not really.
Yes,
I
no,
mean-
maybe so. Okay.
Yeah. there's
Sands of Time?
enough.
That's sand? Okay.
No Jonal.
Okay. Where's my
There's
Prince of
Charles
Persia
Dance.
remake?
There's Charles Dance though in the first episode.
Charles Dance? What?
Yeah.
Yes,
This cast. Look at IMDb. This cast is
that's the only
insane.
hook you guys need to give me. Charles Dance.
Right, Sandra Oh and David Tennant are in the bonus episode.
Oh shit.
Yeah. His line, I love his line delivery in anything he's in, but his line delivery in this show is like, kill the fucking bird. And it's so fucking good.
Is this one of your favorite Netflix shows, Josh? It seems like it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I
Wow.
think it'll be
I'd
top
say
10
this,
for me.
Stranger
Top 10
Things,
Netflix shows.
Everything Blandon's done.
Mindhunter.
Haven't seen it.
You haven't seen
Then
Mindhunter?
Glow-
What were you doing when
I
it released?
tried the first episode and turned it into it.
Edgar, what's happening? Kick him out now before it's too late. Your catch is stupid.
Have you seen Glow? Have you seen Glow?
I haven't touched Glow. I'm good.
How dare you?
Pretty good. Honestly, that's one of the biggest
One of the
like
best, right?
yeah.
One of
One
the
of
biggest
the biggest,
heartbreak
like-
stuff it's done.
Yeah, heartbreaks of them canceling shit.
I know that the director is not great. He's not a great person, but I adore Maniac with Emma Stone.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Mm.
For sure.
Yeah, him.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. Yeah, I love that show so much. Yeah. Anyways, and Cobra Kai is now officially a Netflix show, and it's one of the best.
Isn't the new season coming out this week?
Friday, I'm watching it. I can't wait. I'm gonna binge the hell out of that show. Are we ready to talk about dragons? Is that it?
Is there anything
big
else?
ones
I think I watched really
Oh.
quickly. I binged fuck, what's the name of the fucking show? The fucking medieval dating show.
What?
Medieval dating show.
Fuck, why am I blanking on Bridgerton? There we go.
Oh wow!
That's not what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did that
I
turn
was
out
like,
like a while ago?
Medieval Big Brother? What? No.
Yeah, it came out a while, but I finally got to it this past
Okay.
month.
How was
it's
it?
actually pretty. It's pretty good. I didn't really get into season 1. I think season 1 is pretty good, but season 2 is like, mwah. Enemies to
Oh,
lovers.
we think
that's
season
all
2 is
you-
better than season 1.
Yeah. Enemies to lovers, Evan.
Oh, people told me that. Damn. Oh, oh.
That's all you have to know about season 2.
That's all I have to know. God, can I skip to watch season 2 instead of season 1?
No, you have to watch season 1.
Ah.
Is it an
But-
anthology? I thought
Yeah,
was
it is an anthology, but like there's stuff that they reference back to season 1, and like the main character in season 2 is like a pretty big side character in season 1, so you kind of do have to watch it. But I'm telling you, it's worth it because once you get to season 2, almost every episode is a banger.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I mean, you guys sold me on, or Edgar at least sold me on season 2. But my parents love Bridgerton. I know friends who love Bridgerton. It's a very famous show. I should get on the hype. But there's just so much TV. I don't have the time.
Okay,
Okay.
imagine this: all the political intrigue in Game of Thrones, but it's just romantic political intrigue, like marriage proposals
Wow.
in Bridgerton, and that's honestly pretty fun. Not gonna lie, but
Oh, real quick for me for August. Not a ton of new shows. Let me see here. Blackbird was in August, I think. I think Blackbird
That's the
ended
Taron
in
Egerton
August.
one, right?
Taron Egerton, very great, very very great Apple limited series. I think it's like 6 episodes, 6 or 7. Phenomenal performance from Taron Egerton, who never puts in a bad performance. Last performance of Ray Liotta, one of his last ones.
Mhm.
Very heartbreaking performance. Even in the show, he's not in the best of health. But he's great in it. I love Blackbird so much. It's a great thriller, very disturbing, very like haunting and horrifying, just from the perspective of the situation and like this killer, played phenomenally by Paul Walter Hauser. He's great in this. Might be my favorite role of his. He's really good. He's also in Cobra Kai. But Westworld also ended in August.
Yeah.
And I had a blast with season 4. Did it get progressively more messy? Yes.
Yep.
But I like it when Westworld is messy. It was a fun messy. It wasn't as like a season 3 disorienting messy. It was messy that went to a very effective poetic conclusion. I think the journey to get there towards the end might have been a bit messy, but I like where they ended up. And there's a ton of great possibilities for season 5, the final season of Westworld. I think the big standouts from this season is Caleb, played by Aaron Paul. Played by Aaron Paul. Caleb's journey is very emotional, very heartbreaking, especially with the sci-fi nuance of it in terms of like who his character is and what he becomes. Aaron Paul had easily my favorite arc of the season. I liked the early stuff with what's her name? Aaron Paul's ally, Edgar. You know her name from Solo.
Yeah.
Andy Newton?
Danny Newton. Thank you.
Well, Maeve in the show. Yeah,
Maeve. She's great. Maeve had good stuff in the early half. She kind of like isn't relegated to do much in the second half, but Maeve early on is really good. And yeah, Westworld this season was just very surprising. Some great direction. Some fantastic episodes. I think episode 4 was it when the big reveal happened was really good. There's a Caleb only arc or episode that's really good. And the finale is crazy. Battle Royale-esque ending. And I think Westworld season 4 was back to form. I think it might be my favorite season of the show.
Again, I've only seen the first episode of Westworld and couldn't get into it.
I think it's not for everybody, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I think season 1, 4, and 2. I might go 1, 4, 2 or 1, 2, 4. I forget. I think 1, 4, 2 my favorite, and then 3 for the ranking. But season 4 was a little bit of back to form for Westworld, and I'm excited for season 5.
I think the best way to describe season 4 is trying to get back to basics, so season 5 can be like this big grand finale.
I agree. I totally agree. So we have 2 fantasy shows. We can
actually, I have to leave a bit right now, so let me start off. Just
hurry up. Do what you got to say.
Rings of Power is magical as fuck and really good solid history back to the core. And House of the Dragon I'm loving it. It is fantastic. It is all 3 episodes are like some of the best of Thrones already. Easily. Yeah. It is that everything about the show is perfect for.
I agree.
And Patty Considine is.
She's 12, Otto. That's great.
So yeah, I'm the lead. Before I say it, I'm gonna be a D23 Expo this weekend, so there'll be a wrap up episode next week.
Josh, better take notes.
I'm gonna take lots of notes. All right.
See you later, man.
Fun, guys. See you.
Peace out.
All right.
Yeah. House of the Dragon. Holy shit, Edgar. Oh my gosh, Edgar. This show is too good. Like, feels
good to be back.
It feels great to be back. I haven't fell in love with the show so quickly. I don't know. Miss Marvel was great too this year. But like so quickly, House of the Dragon, I'm just obsessed with every character. And I know I know like the synopsis of the events to come. I haven't read the book yet in full. I started it over the summer. I haven't finished. But I know a little bit. But I like what the show's doing is like putting in the cracks between the show. Between the book. Because the book, of course, is like not written of like this is what happened. That's what the show is for. It tells us like what actually happened, what actually went down. And it's just great. Episode 3 in particular last week. I know it wasn't really August, but the show in general last week was just great shit. Like this is exactly why I love this series, this era. Like the the world that George created. It's a mix of great character drama, emotional, powerful, symbolic, poetic stuff with some great action and some great, like, just flat out big TV moments, like we saw with Damon last week. It's great. I love Damon as a character who's very gray. He loves his family, loves his brother, jealous of him, loves his sister, or loves his nephew and Rhaenyra. But and just his relationship with them and him wanting power, it's so juvenile, but it's so great at the same time. Hard to explain. But Damon's just my favorite character. Rhaenyra's great. I'm gonna miss
Yeah,
Millie
the
so
old
much.
cast.
I really I
Yeah.
want Millie to stay. I want Millie to stay. I'm excited to see what Emma has to bring to the show, but I want Millie to just, she's a standout. Like, she needs to be in bigger movies and TV shows. She needs to be in everything. I say that a lot this episode, but Millie is just phenomenal as Rhaenyra. She's great. Just the looks, the energy she gives on screen is phenomenal. Excellent stuff. And like Josh mentioned, Patty Constantine, rounding out the top three here. Patty is just a great king. Just a great king who is in over his head, loves his family, loves the kingdom, but he's not a great king. He's struggling to do what's right because he's struggling to do what's best for his family. Like he was saying to Rhaenyra, he wants her to be happy. He wants his daughter to be happy. He really likes his brother, even though he's upset at him all the time. He likes Daemon. So he wants to be that family man, but his obligations with the kingdom and being king are a bit too much over his head, and his people know that. Otto knows that. The Maesters know that. His people that are around him, his circle, they know that. They know he's easy to manipulate, and that's pretty tragic in of itself.
Yeah.
And I like a lot. People have been speaking about Allison a lot. I've seen a lot of memes about Allison. But I think Allison is one of my other favorite characters because she's a little girl, 14-year-old girl, at least in the beginning, who is thrust into this position by her father, and you can't really tell what she's thinking. I think she likes Otto, but she's in a position where she has to. She likes Viserys. She likes her father too, but she's in a position where she has to do what her father wants because that's just the way of the world. It's the way of just being a daughter, being a woman in this world. But then she likes her relationship with Rhaenyra too, and she's juggling her friendship with the duties that her father is placing on her. And it's having a negative effect on her with her digging into her fingernails early on. She's nervous about it. But at the same time, she now has a family that she has to care for, that she obviously loves now. She has Viserys, which she has a good connection with. And I like the ambiguity that they have with her character, where it's like, does she know the position that she's in? I think she does, but she doesn't like it, or she doesn't love it because of the consequences that are involved with Rhaenyra and with the betrayals that are eventually to come. Allison's just a secretly interesting character, and I can't wait to see what Olivia Cook does with the role because I love her. So in general, man, this show is 5 out of 5. I love it. This is going to be my top 5 shows of the year. Maybe number 1 if it continues to be super just excellent.
Yeah. I remember when this show was announced, people were still salty about season 8. Even myself included at some point. But a lot of people were like asking, like, if you're gonna cover like a Targaryen like piece of history, why not just go direct to the obvious one and Aegon the Conqueror or whatever?
Yeah.
And they were like, even my friend like why this time period? And like when you really look at it, like the Dance of the Dragons is like the closest thing to what we had to early Game of Thrones with the War of the Five Kings. Like everybody's fighting, killing each other, betraying each other for the Iron Throne, and it's like more focused on character than it is on the big battles as it got on the later seasons. So honestly, that's one of the biggest factors why I think this show works so well. It works so well because it focuses on those characters. We are seeing these characters like having to make decisions that they might not necessarily want to do, but they have to, or they're being forced to. And like one of my favorite things about like I think a lot of something that the show is doing a lot is like flourishing in the unspoken, because even though the show
Yes.
doesn't necessarily like straight up tell you that Otto is like this fucking
No.
conniving asshole that's using Viserys. Like, comes he comes off in the show as if like, oh, he's the only one who like helps him. And when he's like fighting Rhaenyra in the last week's episode, he's like, your grace, please, like basically saying like you're making a scene, which he is right up to call, but like he's not doing the things he is doing to help the king. He's doing it to help himself and his family. And one of my favorite parts of that that factor comes into play is in the first episode with the whole Viserys and Daemon dynamic during the throne scene,
Perfect.
where
Yeah.
Daemon is like, you've been king for the last 10 years and you haven't asked me to be your hand because I would actually protect you from these people. These people are actually, they're not here for you, they're here for themselves. They're trying to like get themselves in better positions, and you're not seeing that. And it's meant to seem weak to everybody, to the lords and ladies of the realm. And even though a lot of people like are joking that oh, Damon is like basically a cop in in this story, like in the first episode specifically, which it is true, it is true, but like at the same time, he's everything that he's doing to get Viserys' attention because he feels like neglected, he feels like left out.
He loves his brother.
Yeah, and that's the great thing
Yeah.
about a character like Damon. Like he is an asshole, but he's being an asshole because um, he wants to be seen. He wants to be like basically like applauded for every tiny little thing that he ever does for his brother. And
I
that's
agree. You mentioned something with Otto that I really like, because part of me is like, there's so much great subtext and just like nuance in this with his character. Part of me is like, is he just plainly being a conniving character, or is he just doing what other people should be doing in this world in terms of advancing yourself, advancing your family? Um, it's like, it's not really irregular, right? It just, you take what you got to advance yourself in this era. He wants what's best for the kingdom. Of course, that benefits himself. But yeah, I think it's Otto's such a very interesting character,
yeah,
because I don't know if he's like, yeah,
and by doing so, he's like doing such a terrible thing by using his daughter,
well,
who
100%.
who very clearly has anxiety issues.
Yeah, anxiety issue, doesn't want to do what she's doing, but she's thrust in this position, and I think it's gonna get. I think the position, the power is gonna get to her. Maybe, I'm not sure, but yeah, yeah, some of the connections that I'm excited to see are the deeper breakup between Rhaenyra and Alicent, and Rhaenyra and Daemon. They have a very interesting relationship as well. Just from what I know, what's to come, and just from what we've got so far, I think Matt Smith and Millie have a great chemistry, and same thing goes for like Millie and Patty. I think the father-daughter stuff, just that whole dinner scene was just so awkward and great between them. It's like, we haven't spoken in over a year. It's like, no shit, no thanks to you, Viserys. But I just, all these characters are so flawed. But I know it's like, this show is about the crumbling, the tragedy. It's like watching Better Call Saul all over again. It's like the tragedy
Yeah.
of it all. But I like these characters. So I don't want anything bad to happen. But I know something bad is going to happen. I'm like, but I'm having to get more seasons of this shit. Season 2 already confirmed, baby. I just, this show is just too good. And just like other Thrones, like Game of Thrones, the supporting cast is great. Laenor Valerian. I like the Valerians in general with the Sea Snake.
Steve Toussaint is great.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's great. Those brothers are great. I love the dragons. How they're great.
Yeah.
Oh man, just this show is firing on all fronts. Episode 4 preview, I watched like 5 times. I'm excited for the next episode. I can't wait.
Yeah. Also, I love how this show is like throwing characters at you that seem like irrelevant, but they actually have a pretty significant role later on. Like for example, like in the
That's what I heard.
last week's episode, the guy with like the club foot that couldn't like barely walk, like he was like, "Oh, my lady, can I sit here
The
because I'm
spy
not
guy,
fitted for the
right?
hunt?" Yeah, and he's like, he would later on is gonna have a pretty significant role to play in the war, and you watch the episode, and if you haven't seen you haven't read the books, and you just watch the episode, you're like, "Oh, okay, cool, this guy,"
Yeah.
but
But
he's gonna come back.
I like that they have a scene for it, so when people reference it, they can go to a specific scene early on and say, "This is what they were setting up here with this specific
Yeah.
scene." It's not a deleted scene or anything, so it's very important.
Yeah.
That's what I love about the show. It's very filled with depth and filled with important scenes that might not seem very important, but they all matter. They're all leading
Yeah.
to this tragic outcome.
Yeah, and even how the show is like connecting back to original thrones, like, which again, I'm not the biggest fan of how the show ended, but like even how they're connecting the whole like knife and the prophecy to the long night, like it makes you question like the entire history of this world
In a good
um,
way. Yeah.
in a good way, because like for example, I already knew this because George had said it, like a couple years ago, but like a lot of people like myself were like, "Oh, that's a cool little detail, nice." But it wasn't until this show where I think it hit a lot of people like, "Oh, so this is what it actually means." Like for example, like if you want to use a a saying in the world, like every time a Targaryen is born, the uh, the gods
Flip a
throw a
coin.
coin. Yeah, flip a coin, and we'll see how it
I didn't
turns
like
out or
that.
whatever. Yeah, I don't like that scene. I don't like that saying because it's like for me that saying is like saying that the theme of the Last Jedi is Kylo Ren saying kill pass if you have to.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
it's completely misinterpreting the same. But like the cool thing about this prophecy is that now you're like going back and like trying to like read the history, and you're like realizing little by little like, oh, maybe this is why this person kind of like went mad, because now you're thinking back to the Mad King and him saying like burn them all. Is he really meaning the people of King's Landing, or did he had a dream too and he saw it and it made him go crazy?
The dreamers, like just like Viserys said, like some people in my family are dreamers, and I want to be like
Yeah.
them. So
Yeah, and even
it's
somebody
really
like even like Rhaegar, who
good.
is said in the books, who he found something in a book or something once, and
Yeah, in the
after
Citadel.
that he became obsessed with prophecy too, and then you start realizing like, okay, like is this thing that connects all the way back to like Aegon, and now this show is the thing that led to like the war of Robert's Rebellion, and it's very rich. And I think the thing that I love the most about it is that even if you don't like season 8, it's something that you can take for the books. It's like for both. It doesn't like contradict one another. It's like both like material and the adaptation, and I really find
Totally, I love it too. But yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, House of Dragon continues to be great. We'll talk about it again come our September show. Same thing for Rings of Power. Some great fantasy shows this year, and we got Andor to talk about come next episode too.
Oh damn, Andor! Yeah, I forgot about that. I was trying to look at the House of the Dragon like episodes, like the title of the episodes, and I don't really see. I think we're gonna get another battle, another like major battle. Not that I need it, because
I'm not sure.
not that I need it. I'm good with the political intrigue, but I'm just saying like last week's battle is perfect. Like it's
Excellent.
great. Like I know a lot of people didn't like it because it was very like.
You didn't like it?
I've seen people complain about it, like, "Ooh, the arrows didn't hit him when it should."
Are you serious? He's a moving target. What are you talking about? The arrows eventually did hit him.
Yeah, and it's like 4 or 3 arrows that hit him, so it's like it's not like it's just one. But
exactly, he got pegged.
And then there's also people complaining that, oh, we didn't get him fight the crab feeder. It's
oh
like,
my gosh!
Who cares? Like we all knew how that was gonna go down, so
yeah, he's a great fighter.
We don't really have to see it. But yeah, like even that's an entire battle sequence is just another example of him wanting to get the attention of his brother. Like he has spent almost 3 years of his life fighting this war, and it's not until his brother says like, "Oh, do you need help?" that he goes like, well, fuck you, I'm gonna do it by myself, and he goes like, and,
That scene, man, that lip quiver he gives when he's reading the letter, that feeling of it's so conflicting because I think he feels like, oh, my brother noticed me finally, but also, fuck it, I'm gonna risk my life to prove that I don't need his help. Like
yeah,
my life isn't that important, even though it is. It's so complex, and man, it's really good. I love that shit.
yeah,
Game of Thrones at
yeah,
its best.
yeah. I'm really
Honestly,
excited about the show. Really, I know it's probably gonna run for like 3 or 4 seasons. They said more or less. I'm really curious if they're gonna keep doing like the time jumps for season 2. Probably not, but we'll see.
probably not so much once we get to the actual war. I'm not sure. You read the books, not me. Um, but yeah, this series or this season one bound to be like what 10 years at this rate,
Mm-hmm.
or so years. But yeah, it's reminding me of like Game of Thrones season 4. I think it might be my favorite season of the show. Because season 4 was like Tyrion just chilling around King's Landing and a lot of political intrigue within that tiny sphere. And this show is kind of like that, where it's like it's a small area, but a lot of political and character intrigue that I like.
Yeah, it's also like I feel like by the end I can see a lot of people preferring the show over Game of Thrones, not just because of the ending, but because of like there's so much going on in Game of Thrones. You have the North, you have the South, you have King's Landing, you have Essos, you have all of this entire like different places and different characters, and for the most part, House of the Dragon is keeps it pretty simple.
So tight
Yeah,
and delicious. Every
yeah.
scene matters. Every single fucking scene. Every edit. It's important.
We get it.
Every
Yeah.
edit.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, looking forward to this week's episode. It looks like it's gonna be a pretty heated episode too. So
It does look spicy.
yeah, and also like I've heard a lot of people like theorize about this, and I would love if they do this. That
Uh-oh.
if they want to keep Millie and Emily Carey for the show, that maybe they can like fill in the gaps like flashbacks in season 2. I
I
doubt
would
they'll do
love
it,
that.
but I would love
Please.
that. Yeah.
Is there room for that as a book reader? Do you think there's room for flashbacks? Like more Emily and Millie?
Oh, definitely. Like even just watch like between episode 2 and episode 3, like there's a 3 year gap. Like you can go back in time, explore like a
Oh, I
scene
see what you
in
mean.
between those 3 years, and
You have to at this point. They're so beloved. Both of those, both Alicent and Rhaenyra, young versions are so great.
yeah,
I think honestly more so than they predicted because I love them.
yeah. But yeah, that's it for House of the Dragon. Is there anything else we haven't covered?
No, I gotta head out soon too. But yeah,
Yeah,
this is good stuff. Great episode, short but sweet. Yeah, had a blast.
yeah. Well, if that's it, then where can people find you, Evan?
Oh, find me on Twitter at Harris EV9, talking all things House of the Dragon on Sundays. I watch a lot of anime. Anime has been fantastic this year. If you haven't been watching like Call of the Night, Licorice Recoil, Engage Kiss, what else? This fall season, Mob Psycho is coming back. Bleach is coming back. Great stuff. Anyways, I also tweet about Big Brother. That's most of my tweets. So if you don't want to, if you don't want to see my tweets on Big Brother, please just block me, or mute the hashtag. And this month, like Survivor and Amazing Race come back on the same day, September 21st, the same day as Andor. Fuck me. That's going to be a crazy day. 2 weeks away from that. But yeah, follow me again on Twitter, Harris EV9. Oh, and follow Nathan Rojas on YouTube, where we have Hyperspace Hype, My Cup of Tea, and we do commentaries every week. This past week we did Alien versus Predator 2 Requiem, which was awful, but come watch us watch it. It's fun.
What's the next series that you guys are gonna do?
Next
Or you
series,
guys don't know?
I'm not sure. We might do some Halloween stuff, but then honestly, I think the next big one might have to be Transformers. I think that's it.
Hey,
I think that's coming. Oh
nice.
boy.
I'm looking forward to that one to see you
3
guys
hour
grab it.
epics. Oh my god.
The 3 hour epics. They are 3 hour epics. But yeah,
We're gonna talk about it the more I don't want to do it.
yeah. I forgot if Josh said his his stuff, but if not, I'm gonna repeat it. You can find Josh at Josh D Woodbury at Twitter, but I believe also on Instagram. And you can find me at EDGORTEG on Instagram, Twitter too. I have reviews coming every Monday ish, if not the latest Tuesdays, for every episode of House of the Dragon, breaking down everything that happened in the episodes, giving my own opinions here and there. Um, you'll probably find me going off too on Sundays on Twitter, just talking all things House of the Dragon. So yeah, until the next one, I'm not sure what we're doing next. Probably maybe most likely maybe commentary or like a special episode regarding Flanagan. I'm not sure. We would have to.
I had a
we
great
would have-
time with our first commentary doing, or at least first commentary with me doing
Yeah.
Oculus. That movie, they lost, but I would love to do another commentary with you guys. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I can't
Oh,
wait to
yeah.
do Trick or Treat. That's a fun.
I was just about to say Trick or Treat. That's one of my favorite Halloween movies. I watch it every single year. So great movie.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's it for us. Hopefully, if you can go check our Twitter at WHFG Podcast. We have all of our links there, so check us out. Subscribe, ring the bell, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.